guys, welcome back to another semi-live. This week we're coming at you from Wisconsin, back home finally for a few weeks here before hitting the road again. Just figured I would take the chance, get out, do a little walking. Weather is not ideal for it. We still have a few inches of snow on the ground, but it's kind of that time of year where we're waiting to get out. We're really wanting to get out and walk, but Mother Nature's been throwing us other plans. Just when we start losing our snow, getting enough where we can get out and walk, it seems like it snows overnight and we're back in the same situation. So I know Brennan and Mike, those guys have been trying to get out as much as they can lately, but even down in Iowa, it's been snowing and kind of putting a damper on things. So we're gonna head over to a piece of property I got permission to walk on. I usually try and walk it every year. It's kind of hit or miss, depending on when I hit it and kind of what the deer have been doing around there. But talked to a buddy of mine, he runs cameras pretty religiously on this piece, and he said all of his bucks that he's had on camera, except for 2 that he knows of, have dropped. So as long as the snow doesn't have them buried, I think we got a pretty decent chance at least finding something here today. But nonetheless, we're gonna get out, walk a few hours, see if we can't score on a couple sheds and complete the day, and just be nice to finally get outside and get some walking in, and hopefully we can have some luck. So come along with, we'll see how the day turns out. All right, so just got up here to the property. It's going on about 9:30, 10 in the morning. We actually have pretty decent weather. It's kind of raining on and off a little bit, and it's cloudy, overcast, so should be pretty decent for walking. As you can see behind me though, still got some snow on the ground, so not really sure what we're gonna find, but I'm gonna go out walking for a few hours, hopefully stumble on some. Like I said, this property's been hit or miss. Either one year you do pretty well, next year they might not winter here. A lot of pines, as you can see in the background there, and a lot of thick bedding cover, and he's got some food plots throughout the property, so kind of holds them here. It all just depends on what they have left for food as it gets this time of year, if they wintered here, if they stayed here. So I'm just gonna go for a walk, kind of go where I've gone in the past, and see if we can't get lucky and find some antlers. So one of the key features that I wanted to go over before I start walking here on Onyx is, you'll see if I zoom in here, this is where I've walked in the past, just kind of putzing around in years prior. Same with over here, you can see just where all I've walked. And as you can see, I can change the colors depending on the year. So like here I was messing around, probably just around the cabin looking for stuff. And last year I went for a little walk, nothing crazy, but I can tell by the type of year. So what I'll do here is I'll go down to this tracker. All you gotta do literally is hit start, and I'm good to go for the day. So now I can walk around. It's gonna exactly pinpoint where I've walked. That way if I find a shed, I can go back and really grid search. But just an awesome feature through Onyx. I know Brennan and Mike use this all the time. It's key. Like I said, if you find a shed, you can go back, you can grid search it, really look for the matching side. Or if you're with buddies on a shed hunting trip, you can pay attention to where, you know, this guy's walked or that guy's walked. So if you guys aren't using Onyx and you're out shed hunting, do yourself a favor, go check it out. It's just an awesome tool to have in your back pocket when you start shed hunting. As you can see here, these deer have been literally bedding on this hillside and not going very far from that tree at all. So I'm assuming they just get up, they feed, and then they lay back down or move on to wherever they're going. Down there, down the hill, that is a lake, and it's spring fed, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but down there it's actually all open water there. So another thing that's perfect, these deer can bed on this hillside. Literally, they got food, eating the tops off of this, and they can go right down to the lake and get a drink of water, come back up to bed. But you can see it's pretty tore up in here just from the deer wintering here so far. Just walking a lot of just beat down trails, hoping that, you know, we can get on something, you know, get lucky and one's shed right on these trails. But one thing I did want to point out is that Onyx feature that I showed earlier with the tracking, that also tracks your speed and distance. Speed is something to definitely look at. I know Brennan and I talk about it a lot, and I know he stresses it when I walk with him, is just, you know, take your time. A lot of guys, they're flying through stuff, and, you know, you can walk at a good pace, and you'll find that out as you start finding more antlers and really nitpicking. You'll find that, you know, you'll find your speed that you're comfortable, you can still spot things, you feel like you're covering ground good and you're seeing everything well. But it's very important to really watch how fast you're walking. And a good way of doing that is if you get out with buddies and you guys are out shed hunting, you know, pay attention to each other. There's one guy going slow, one guy, all of a sudden he's done with his section way before everybody else, and just kind of play with it a little bit and really focus on how much time you're spending in a certain area. You know, there's spots that we get to, we might slow down because there's a lot of sign, or maybe it's a little thicker, or maybe you're in a stubble cornfield. And then there's other spots that maybe you're just kind of, you know, it's more open, you can see a lot farther, and you zip through those spots a little quicker. But it's just key to pay attention to that kind of thing. And really, once you do that, you're going to notice that you'll start finding more antlers. Not saying I'm good whatsoever, but I know Brennan picks up quite a few every year, and so that's one thing that, you know, he's taught me over the years, just kind of slow down and really look at what's going on around you and pick it apart. I just walking here, and I just got out to the edge, was gonna walk this back, and we're kind of in that area. I don't know what these deer do, if they come in and eat these little oaks that are just starting to grow, or what they do in the winter, but I found one here squirrels have gotten to it already. Like, really looked like it probably was a good side, but it's literally sitting at the base of the tree, so I'm assuming squirrels have been pounding on this thing. We'll go over here and see what it looks like. So you can see them squirrels absolutely demolished this thing. It doesn't look like it's been out for too long, but literally sitting right there. I'm assuming he dropped it somewhere along that trail, but looks like he would have been all right. Nothing too crazy, but we can say we found something today. There's a little bit of luck involved. Not really sure what deer that could have been. I doubt Dino will even know, because it's so chewed up. But it's crazy how them squirrels can get on them antlers so fast. I mean, like I said, that was definitely a freshie. Hasn't been on the ground very long at all, and it is just demolished by squirrels already, literally sitting right at the base of a tree. So damn squirrels, but we didn't get skunked today, so that's kind of nice. So we're gonna keep working back and forth through here and hopefully get lucky and scoop something else up. Another thing I wanted to just show you guys there was, I spotted that from like, I don't know, 60 yards away. Man, I don't know if that's an antler or not, but I brought a pair of binocs with. You don't go shed hunting without a pair of binocs. Saves you a ton of walking. I only came over here because I wanted to show you guys, but it looked like a tine sticking up out of the snow from like 60 yards away, and normally those binocs would have saved me walking that 60 yards to come find out that it's a stick. So that happens, I don't know how many times during the day. So definitely have a pair of binocs with you if you're gonna walk, get out shed hunting. They are just a big positive to have with you. Saves you a lot of time, a lot of effort, especially if you're out west and you're walking up and down big hills, stuff like that, and you spot something, you can glass it and you'll know if it's a shed or not. So just another tip for you guys, always try and have a pair of binocs with you if you're gonna get out shed hunting. I'm now out in this clear cut section that is now growing up pretty decent. Bunch of underbrush, thorns, that kind of thing, but there is just one heck of a trail going through this. So I've just been kind of staying on this. These deer are bedding in all this thick cover, you know, in these pockets you can see here. They like to bed in that, so just trying to walk through here, maybe get lucky, stumble on something. Alright, well, we're getting down towards the end of it right now, and all I have left really is to walk this food plot that he has back behind his cabin, not too far. You can actually see one of his blinds is right over my shoulder, but all he had in here was pretty much clover and wheat, and then he has apple trees and pear trees, but I don't even know if they've been old enough to produce fruit yet. I know he's just been slowly working at it, so I'm just gonna make my way through this food plot, make sure nothing's just kind of laying out in there. I'm not really sure how hard they've been hitting it, but maybe we'll get lucky and find something here on the kind of the last loop. Well, I'm pretty sure I have one spotted. I got super lucky on this one. I don't even know how I seen it. It's like tucked right next to some grass. I haven't walked up on it yet. I binoc'd it and I'm like 95% sure that it's an antler, but pretty crazy. I'll show you what we're dealing with here. Walk up here and see. I am pretty sure that is an antler sticking there in the ground. Sure enough. There she is. Kind of get her out there, just a dink, but pretty crazy that I seen that. I don't know how. I pretty much stepped on it, to be honest, but then I binoculed it just to make sure I wasn't seeing things, and sure enough, looks like it's been on the ground for a little while. But number 2 on the day, not too bad for Wisconsin. All right, so just got done walking all that food plot right back in there. Found that one dink out there. Again, got super lucky. I don't know how I even seen it. But as you can see here, back behind me, that's Dino's cabin, not too far actually, maybe 90 to 100 yards from us. So literally the only thing I have left to do is zigzag these pines here. He had a bunch of pines he cut down, kind of opened that area up, and for whatever reason the deer, we got a camera right in between the lake and his cabin, and the deer just run that like crazy. So I wouldn't be shocked if there's something in here, especially being just, you know, right off this food plot. You never know, maybe I stumble in on something, but if not, that'll probably wrap up my day, and it's a good day. I mean, 2 in Wisconsin, you can't complain. If we got 3 here in this last little stretch, that'd be awesome, but I'm not banking on it. But it's something that I just don't want to overlook, because like I said, we have numerous bucks that cruise that right down through there during the rut, and we've had them lately within the last month coming out to this food plot. I'm assuming they go back across where I started the day and they bed up. So it's gonna buzz through here and see what happens. Day wasn't over yet, I guess. We just got lucky once again. Looks like a pretty good side. I'm down here along the lake here on that trail that I feel like they use quite a bit, and I'll kind of see if I can show you. I just happened to look up to my right, and there is pretty good side laying up there. So I don't know if he was in here just working on the tops, or if there's a trail over there maybe he was on, but let's go take a look here. Looks like a pretty good side actually. I'm sure Dino will mow the buck. Pretty decent little side. Not bad. It's gonna be a good way to end the day. I only got about 50 yards maybe to go, but pretty solid side. And you can see his blind in the background. Pretty crazy. Wasn't too far. Doesn't look like it's been on the ground super long, but pretty sweet stuff. All right guys, that is gonna wrap up my day. Had a pretty darn good day, especially for Wisconsin. When you can go out and find more than even one, it's a good day in Wisconsin. So couldn't be happier. Got to put some miles on, walked for a few hours, and did pretty good finding 3. Was not expecting that, but we hope you guys enjoy this. We're right on the brink of really diving into the shed hunting stuff. I know Brennan's just waiting. He's having a tough time sitting at home, but Mother Nature has other ideas down in Iowa. I know Mike wants to get out, so we're gonna keep rolling shed content for you guys as the weeks come on. We're just getting into the thick of things now, and trust me, we want to get out and find antlers just like you guys do. So in the meantime, hopefully some of those tips I went over today help you. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys right back here next week for another Semi Live.